Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? I am so excited. This is my debut here at San Diego Comic-Con. I am so stoked to be here. How you guys feeling? Yes! Welcome to the Steven Universe panel here at San Diego Comic-Con. I want to do a little warm-up. Is that okay with you guys? All right, here we go. Let's get you guys on your feet. How about that? And then you guys can sit. We're going to be sitting for a little bit, right? Okay, great. Ready? When I say you say Claude. You? Claude. You? Claude. When I say Steven, you say universe. Steven! Universe. Steven! Universe. One more time, Steven! Universe. Yes! All right, guys. If you guys don't know, my name is Shelby Rabara. I'm the voice of Peridot. And shall we get started? All right, without further ado, let's bring out Rebecca Sugar.
Hi, thank you for coming.
First of all, a big congratulations on your Emmy nomination. Let's give it up for an Emmy nomination. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and kick off this panel with some burning questions from the fans, yeah? So here we go. How is the revelation that Rose was actually Pink Diamond going to affect Steven's own sense of identity going forward? It's a heavy one. It's heavy.
This is 0 to 60. Well, you know Steven, he has a habit of putting other people's feelings before his own, but this is something so immense that it's going to be pretty impossible to avoid. Steven is really, I think, was just coming to terms with and getting past a lot of people confusing him for Rose Quartz. So this is throwing him right back into an even deeper deep end than he's ever been in before.
A deeper deep end?
Yeah.
What? That's insane, Rebecca. Genius. I mean, honestly, though. Oh. Yeah, I agree. Let's move on. In the Heart of the Crystal Gems arc, Ruby and Sapphire, my favorites, separated, then reunited on their own terms. How long have you been planning that concept for Ruby and Sapphire's wedding?
Oh my gosh, it goes years and years back. I actually pitched it so long ago. There's a scene in That Will Be All where Ruby and Sapphire link hands as they're confronted with the diamonds, and originally they were going to have rings on their fingers. This has been in the works for a very, very long time, and I'm so happy that these episodes are out in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that is when I watched it when it came out. It was one of the first times we've ever seen that sort of connection between, on a cartoon. So it was just awesome. I'm just gonna,
Thanks, Shelby.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing. And finally, I'm adding one more question that the fans are dying to know. When am I going to get my star?
I mean, that's really up to you as you
I don't know
reinvent
about
yourself.
I'll have to talk to Peridot about that one. I don't know. She's real busy. All right, should we bring out the rest of the cast? All right. The voice of Steven Universe, here is Zach Callison. looking all fly. The voice of Amethyst, Michaela Dietz. Look how cute she looks, ladies and gentlemen. The voice of Pearl, Dee Dee Magno Hall. The beautiful Dee Dee.
You guys?
She has some dance moves, you guys. I mean, everybody up on this panel has some dance moves. I don't think we're gonna show them to you right now, but...
I was not informed of this.
And why not?
We have so much fun as a cast, whether it's recording or doing events for Cartoon Network. You know, we did a couple things this past year, such as an event at Universal City Walk at Voodoo Donuts. Yeah,
Delicious.
the donuts. Has anybody been to Voodoo Donuts? Yes. The donuts are as big as my head. Probably
With a
bigger.
giant Steven Stark slapped across the front.
Yes. Yes. What other things have we done this past year?
There was a cookie cat truck. Oh, yes. It's a pet for your tummy.
It is.
You left his family behind.
Sorry, I just... Do it again, Zach, do it again.
He left his family behind.
Those were, and it was really hot that day, wasn't it, in
It
Burbank?
was so mad hot.
It was soups. Deeds, you're so now, so modern, so hip.
Well, you know, these days, I'm feeling like, you know, hip.
Wait, should we all dab on the count of 3?
Okay.
No, let's watch.
There was a very
Zach,
mixed reaction.
Michaela, and Dee Dee. I'll count you guys in. Ready? You're gonna dab on the count of 3.
Do we have to go a certain direction or just go with it?
Let's go right.
Okay.
Look, Rebecca and I, we're just gonna judge you guys on how good your dab is.
all right. Okay.
Ready?
I should stretch out then.
I'm gonna give you a 3 count. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, dab. Wow.
Oh, hey, girl.
I would like to state for the record that dab was ironic.
Not mine. I meant it.
Yes, so we have some pictures actually from behind the scenes that if we can get these up on the screen, whether they be there. Oh, look, there's Michaela and some
Amethyst.
Amethyst for life.
at Amethyst. There's 3 of them. A triple amethyst.
Sis.
What? Now, does that body paint? Does it take them a really long time to?
Where my pearls at?
Oh. So good.
These cosplayers are amazing.
Amazing.
So much work and dedication. Teeds, I like your pants as well on that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look, oldie.
My favorite thing to look at when we're recording.
It really is, and sometimes they can't hear us. We think that they can, but they can't.
Yeah.
But
So
we've actually
sometimes-
been muted.
Yes, we're muted, so we'll have full-on conversations, and then we realize we're like, okay, we're just in an aquarium, and they can't hear us. And Rebecca's like, oh. Hi guys, sorry, we weren't listening. Not like we have any in-depth questions or anything like that, or you know. Oh, there's Voodoo Donuts.
That's so many donuts.
And those
The
were
wall
all edible.
of donuts.
Yeah, I accidentally backed into that wall.
Yeah.
And they're like, Zach,
Basically,
stop, those are real.
You backed into your own face.
Whoa.
I didn't even think about that. That's kind of unnerving.
But look how excited Michaela and Zach are. Mouth open, waiting for a donut just to fly on in.
I feel like someone just said something funny, and we both reacted.
Yeah, that's the genuine one. For sure.
You're really loving that moment, Zach.
You are.
Wow.
That looks like the greatest moment of my life
And
captured on film.
Jennifer's in there.
Look at how happy we all
And I don't remember what I was laughing at.
But also look at that Steven Universe cake. It's a cake, a donut cake, right? If I remember correctly, with Steven's face. Like, wouldn't we all be so lucky to get a cake with our face on it?
That's when you know you've made it.
Yes. I'm gonna.
We
make
gave
you
a few
one
of
for
them
your
away
birthday.
that day.
Well, we do have some really exciting news to share. Yes.
Queen.
we have a DVD coming out, the Steven Universe, The Heart of the Crystal Gems DVD containing all 5 episodes, one of which is extended, which will be available on August 14th. What? Yes. And also the Steven Universe Tap Together mobile game is coming soon as well. It's an idle RPG featuring all of your favorite Steven Universe characters, and it's available August 2nd. So many things. Whose birthday's in August? Peridot? Yeah! Birthday present, hey. So Rebecca, what else can, you tell us about the future of Steven Universe, or anything awesome for these amazing fans that waited in line to come see us here at San Diego Comic-Con 2018?
I feel like almost anything I would say would be a spoiler. So, instead, I would really love to watch the whole next episode with all of you.
Let's watch it!
It's the best holiday ever.
We are the crystal gems. We'll always save the day. And if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this world believe in garnets, amethyst, and pearl, and Steven.
Oh, Pink, I can't believe it. You've been here all along.
Can't just hand Steven over to Blue Diamond. She's a shatterer.
She's not gonna hurt him. Look at her. She really thinks he's one of them.
Somebody make Blue Diamond stop.
Are you guys okay? It's just Blue Diamond's power. She's obviously relieved that Pink Diamond wasn't shattered after all.
How could you do this to us, Pink? Why did you let us think you were shattered? Why the strange disguise? Why are you doing a voice? Why didn't you say something at the trial? And Blue, can you please stop crying? I can't see.
Since I'm in such a state of shock, it only gets better, you guys. I have another surprise for you.
What?
I like to bring to the stage the leader of the Crystal Gems, the one and only Estelle, who voices Garnet.
That was stressful. I was out there like, they're just gonna take me on Steven on his own. Oh my God.
Welcome. Wow, I'm still, my heart's like pumping. It's pumping, guys. Estelle, why don't you share your experience about shooting the music video of Stronger Than You
Oh my goodness.
from last year?
Well, hi guys. Who was there? So you guys know what it was like. It was very, very hot. I had on all black. I don't know what. I guess.
You looked real fierce,
Thank you.
as always.
I liked my shoes. They were great. And my cape was wonderful. And you guys were freaking awesome.
Yeah. Well, should we open up the floor for some questions? Q&A time? Yeah? All right. Let us take the first question.
Hi, Rebecca. So recently in an interview, you came out as like a non-binary woman. First of all, what exactly does that mean? And second of all, what are your pronouns?
I like both she, her, and they, them. I am fine with being perceived as a woman. But it's not something I really identify with internally, which is why I've been hesitant to talk about it. But I think that the characters in the show have been a really wonderful way to express myself, because I think, like many of the gems, they don't mind being seen as women, and it's sort of part of their experience, but it's not something they really think about themselves. That's very much how I feel.
Thank you.
Okay, this just feels like I'm meeting White Diamond right now. Like, this is insane. So my question is to Rebecca. I know that with the world of animation, you pull from all different aspects of the spectrum. So how, in this broad, or I'm using spectrum again, how do you, I guess, maintain originality while still pulling from things that you love?
I love to pull from a very wide net of things. I think that's really inspiring, just opening yourself up to as many influences possible and taking your favorite bits of each. White, for example, is very inspired by the drawings of Nell Brinkley. If you've ever seen Nell Brinkley's drawings, an illustrator from the early 1900s. I like to pull from Lottie Reiniger's work. I like to pull from really early classical pieces of animation. And the thing that's so wonderful about animation is that it's a medium, it's not a genre. So people have tried so many fascinating experimental things, and so many interesting things have been translated into animation in interesting ways. So if you love an illustrator or a painter or a novel that sparks your imagination, you can bring that into your animation. And I think the more inspired you are, the more inspiring your work will become.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and kind of piggybacking off of that, I think I'd like to ask, the voice cast of Steven Universe, is there any actors or actresses that you guys pull from, or artists that kind of inform your work? Or Estelle, like music-wise?
Oh yeah, music-wise and voice acting-wise. My hero is Cree Summer, voice acting-wise. Music-wise, yeah, everything and everyone. I was listening to a song on the way up and I was like, I think they got the vocal for that from the Rocky Horror Show. And you could tell because of the way they had done the lyric. I think it was Jermaine Stewart, Somebody's Watching Me. I mean, I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole verse, they kind of say like this, and they say the whole verse like this, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then they sing on the chorus, and it's just like, okay, you can see where they got the influences from. So I do a similar thing with music, and you can pull it apart like that.
By the way, big fan of your Tyler Creator
thank you.
track.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fangirling up here. I never get to see Estelle, so I'm kind of like, hi, Estelle. My name's Shelby. I only recorded with you once, but I'm a big fan. Dee Dee, any inspirations in your artistic life?
Oh gosh. Well, I just think, just at the top of my head, I'm thinking of Eric Bauza, who is amazing, can do anything and everything. But when we were trying to come up with Blue and Yellow Pearl, we pulled from, like, I think for Blue, it was like Marilyn Monroe, Betty Boop.
A little Ellen Green.
A little, okay, yes.
Right, I think, yeah, Mousy,
yes.
yeah.
And like Yellow Pearl was like a telephone operator sound,
Right, yeah.
So very specific, conversation about what you have, your vision of what she sounds like, but yeah. Ooh. Oh, me?
You're next.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think, like, specific to Amethyst. Sometimes I try to channel, like, a little bit of Rebel Wilson. Sort of a reverent, sassy, yeah, so.
Cool.
As a voice actor, I mean, not necessarily, like, for Steven, but just to watch them work. Guys like Jim Cummings and Jess Harnell, like amazing veteran voice actors who have incredible range, and I've been able to call friends over the years. I sort of grew up doing sessions with them and absorbing as much as I could, and that was a big inspiration. Musically, my favorite band is Muse ever, and they have very like operatic, theatrical singing, like we do sometimes on the show. And then just from a writing perspective, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
That's the hometown boy, and he really, like, I don't know, his philosophy on what it means to be an artist, it was very formative for how I see myself and what I do.
Awesome. Great. Should we take the next question? Keep it rolling.
Rebecca, I wanted to thank you for bringing a show like this so that kids can be more accepting of different kids with different abilities. And I just wanted to let you know, now my son is 23 but has Asperger's, and he introduced me to the show, coming over one night, said, I've got this new show I'm watching, I want you to watch a couple episodes. Okay. I've always been one that did pay attention and watch what they wanted to watch. And I honestly don't remember the first episode, but the second one was On the Run. And when it was over, he was crying, like I am now. And he said, I feel like that. He said, I'm a broken quartz, which is heartbreaking for a parent. And so it opened the discussion for us to talk about how, as soon as people find out he has Asperger's, that they kind of distance themselves. And so I actually got him a bracelet to wear every day that says, I am enough. And I just want parents to know that pay attention to what your kids are watching, because they're not going to just come up to you and say, hey, Mom, I just feel really bad about this. But this opens a door of conversation with your child to find out really how they're feeling and what's going on internally with them. So thank you.
Before I start, I'd like to congratulate you on your Emmy-nominated film, Jungle Moon. And,
Thank you.
and with that said, what's the inspiration on the world environment in Jungle Moon?
Oh my gosh, I wish my entire background department were here to speak to that. We pulled from a variety of different types of plants, asparagus and artichokes and strange, already vaguely alien-looking shapes. It was really exciting to suddenly get to make an environment that was completely otherworldly. So we were really jumping at it. But the credit goes to my incredible background team, and so inventive and beautiful. And the color team as well, just brought everything to life. Thank you for noticing.
And I gotta say, when I saw that one scene, I thought to myself, if this was a video game right now, you will probably be No Man's Skies. Because that one shot reminded me of No Man's Skies.
Thank you so much. And a big shout out to our Steven Crooniverse. We have some of the Crooniverse here watching, I think, in the crowd. Big shout out to you guys. There you guys are. What? Our show wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for this huge collaborative, team that we have, and as voice-over artists. We just hope to do our best work to make your guys' vision come true. So on behalf of all of us, we want to thank the Crooniverse out there. Absolutely. I always try to, thank them when I can on a public stage, so. All right, next question.
My question is, will there ever be a dance party episode?
There better be.
Oh my gosh. Please keep watching.
We have dance parties in the booth all the time.
That's true. I don't know if you guys know that Shelby is an incredible dancer.
Yeah. I'm okay.
The tap dancing in Mr. Greg was choreographed by Shelby.
Yes. And it was so much fun. I had never Foleyed anything in Foley's when you're adding the sounds to, the visuals, and I was having the time of my life. I was like, are you sure that's all you want? I'm like, I could do more.
Yeah,
I could do more. You want it faster?
You are hearing Shelby's dancing in that episode. The clacking is Shelby dancing.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It's very legit.
And I have to say, Rebecca was very specific. She's like, I want to see what it looks like. So I put myself on, I did a little selfie video session, and I created the choreography, and then I did it. And then when I saw it in the episode, I was amazed. I'm like, they got everything right. Like, every single tap is to exactly my tap sounds. It was awesome.
Well, Joe Johnston poured over your footage and did a beautiful job animating your dance.
Go, Joe.
Props.
Go, Joe. Let's take the next question.
Hello, my name's Katie, and first I just wanted to thank you personally for giving me the opportunity to be a part of Steven Universe. 8 years ago, I was still, and I am a freelance artist, and I was looking to break into the industry, and for many years I was told, no, and you're not good enough. Your work wasn't what we were looking for. And I know rejection and failure is part of the process to get better, but in turn, failure makes you humble and learn. And I was given the opportunity to draw this variant cover and the short story inside the comic, and it was the first time that I felt like I was taken seriously and accepted as a female artist. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry here. This is really special right now.
You're good.
All right.
You got this.
Thank you. I thought for sure that this would be the only thing, but the following year, I was able to have the opportunity to pencil and line the entire issue for 13 of the series. Thank you. I don't know if anything from Boom Studios is directly given or accepted by you, but regardless, I wanted to say thank you. And from all the discouraging times where I thought I would give up or think I was useless and not good enough. Thank you. I cannot express how blessed and grateful I am to be a part of your dream, when in reality, you helped create mine. Thank you. I do have a question, though. How do you approach two characters meeting for the first time?
That was amazing. Great
That
lead
was
up.
amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are more than enough.
We really try to think of how different personality types would play off of each other. We try to really base our characters off of reality, real things we know about ourselves and our friends. So when there's friction or an instant relationship, we always try to have it come from some sort of truth. So in a lot of ways, it almost feels like the characters write themselves when they get together, because we try to give them such strong personalities that it's so fun, especially working with fusions on the show, because we get to manifest that relationship into a character. And so there's a lot of discussion about that. Thank you so much for what you said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. How do you figure out the gem placement on a character? And does it affect its personality?
Yes, absolutely. It's a discussion. Sometimes it's just something that would look fun, like Aquamarine's tear. But that has a lot of thought behind it too, because, anyway, everything is very overthought, I promise. I think generally we think about sort of if a gem is cerebral, if a gem is sort of brave and impulsive, the chest feels right, or sort of sensitive and intuitive, the belly feels right. I think of the back as being a sign of sort of vulnerability, because you, other people have access to you, but you kind of don't have access to yourself. I think back gem placement is really interesting. We try to go for what feels intuitive, and not do the same thing too many times over and over.
What if we came into every single recording session and actually wore our gem where it was? Should we do it?
I'm gonna need a lot of glue.
I'm climb into it.
I would do that.
Yes.
some midriffs we can dig up for you, Zach.
They'll get you.
I did wear a crop top for a sketch a while back. I'll dig that up. And it is pink, too.
Bring it back, Zach. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay,
Bring it back.
Hashtag crop top Zach.
Yes.
Make it last.
The world is ready for it. It's time.
All right, next question. Thank you so much.
I didn't know that, by the way. That's really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, so as someone who identifies as non-binary like you, Rebecca, and underneath all of this cosplay anyway, and my girlfriend and I remind me so much of Ruby and Sapphire's just beautiful relationship. Will we ever see Ruby and Sapphire outside of Garnet now that Garnets married?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't want to give things away, I suppose, but I think one of the things I was learning about while I was writing that arc was this idea of differentiation, that two people could be together but be very solid in themselves and be different from each other, so that that attachment isn't a problem but a choice. I think that because of their new, more differentiated states, it'll be easier for them to be apart and be together, but it'll always be a choice that they make together.
Hi. So.
Dope sweater.
Yeah, I want your sweater.
Thank you. It's from We Love Fine. So Steven Universe is like really layered and creative. So as someone who aspires to be a writer and maybe even a voice actor, what advice would you give to like create your own story arc or your own character for your own Steven Universe?
I would just say make a lot of stuff. And personally, it was really helpful for me to do comics. I did independent comics for a long time before I was doing animated films, and just the more stories you write, the better you'll get at it. It's just trial and error and practice, and definitely don't wait. Just do it. And also your own voice will be honed as you make more and more things. Being able to sit down and read your own work is so critical. Until you can make something and then step back and look at it and see what you're doing and how you could do it better, it's kind of impossible to move forward. So just pump stuff out. Just make a ton of writing, make a ton of drawings, and you'll end up standing on a mountain of all that work by the time you're done.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, to be a voice actor, a quick piece of advice, I'd say don't practice doing voices or making voices. Focus on making characters. And the characters should have the voice come from their past experience and their thoughts, rather than just being like a filter on your own voice, if that makes sense.
And also, I mean, rejection is part of the process. We heard from one of the question askers before. It's going to happen a lot. It's such a numbers game, so don't be afraid of the word no. Just let it drive you forward, and if it means something to you, keep going. Yeah. #dreams.
Hashtag dreams, Michaela.
Yeah, hashtag dreams.
That's what she just said, in case you couldn't hear. Yeah. Did anybody else want to add anything about advice, voiceover, acting?
Hashtag stay strong in the real way. But seriously, just keep that energy and that passion that is the reason why you're doing the thing that you love. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I think you have to remember what keeps you hungry, and feeding yourself with creativity and, artistry, surrounding yourself with that will help you, whether it be writing. I think Hillary Florido, I think I read on her Twitter once, she said, sorry, not to quote you, Hillary, but I'm going to. She said, you can't go back and fix something that's not there. So if you have nothing to edit, then you can't really step forward from that. So put it all out there, and then you can go from there, and it's just baby steps forward, and then before you know it, you persevere, and you're like, I'm here moderating the Steven Universe panel here at San Diego Comic-Con. Guys, dreams come true. Dreams come true.
You are doing so great, Shelby.
Thank you, Dee Dee. All right, we have time for a few more questions.
Oh, hello. My question is for Rebecca. So, during the creation of Steven Universe, while you were still developing it, which character has gone through like the most changes or was like the most difficult to sort of get like a set design or personality for?
Oh, well, I think that Pearl probably changed the most from the pilot to the show because I didn't have the nose of the pilot.
That's right.
Yeah, it looks pretty strange if you go back. That was a really tough design to figure out. But also, I think everyone has changed a lot because I've gotten to know all of you, and so the characters have become so much more like you guys than they were before I knew you. I think even in the pilot, Pearl isn't particularly maternal, but once I got to know you, that was pretty unavoidable. Yeah, I think everyone evolved a lot. Amethyst evolved a lot. I think, oh my gosh, everybody. Everybody has been a journey. That's a really good question, thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. You're such an inspiration to me.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question.
Yeah, we do.
Hi, my question, I guess, is for Rebecca, but first I wanted to say thank you for making such a wonderful show. I wish I had a show like this when I was younger, going through a lot of mental health issues, and I think that the message that you give to children is so beautiful, and all of you guys out here are so lucky to have a show like this.
You have it now. You have it now.
Yes, I do.
You have it now.
A little more serious. My question is, when you go to choose a voice actor for your characters, what are you looking for when you go through that whole thought process?
I want people who sing. I'm like, everyone's probably gonna sing, so I like it knowing that everyone's gonna sing. Everyone's gotta sing. That's a big one. I think also, like, we'll tend to listen to voice, like just put the drawing up and then listen, and it's really just like that moment where it's like, oh yeah, this sounds like the drawing looks. That's the key for me. Sometimes we'll create a character around a voice that we're dreaming of, and sometimes it'll click into place later. It's been so interesting. There was a time where Shelby was almost Garnet. If you can imagine a Shelby Garnet.
Wait, did you read for Garnet?
Yeah, Shelby read for Garnet.
I didn't know
I read
this.
for a bunch of, I think I read for everybody, actually, for the pilot.
For Steven?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm like, you want me to be Steven? All right, here we go.
But there was like a moment where everyone clicked. Like once I heard Estelle, I was like, it's done. This is perfect. But I still loved your voice. Charlene, who's Ruby, I first heard as Stevani. Jennifer, who's Lapis, was almost Amethyst. I think at a certain point I had this sort of bank of voices from other parts where I'd be like, I just love this voice, and then it would click into place later. Anyway, thank you. That's such a wonderful question.
Thank you.
I would love to hear some of those tapes. That's wild.
So, before we go, we all have one more thing that we would like to show you. Let's hit the lights.
Hype.
thank you so much for coming to our panel. We look forward to the future with you guys. And so thank you so much for coming to the Steven Universe panel. It's been awesome.